What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to a falling down episode of Lyles Figure Files. My chair is not cooperating whatsoever, but happy Thursday. One more day to go. Our weekend is here. Hopefully, everybody's doing all right here in Chatland because this is a huge, major event. Tonight is the 500th episode of Lyles Figure Files. Cue the bum, 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 bum sound effect. We've made it. Thank you if you've watched one episode, if you've watched 400, if you've watched 497 and you missed 3 episodes, it's all good. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And we're all set to go. We got a big giveaway. If you're a fan of the Jada Classified series, one of the Lyles Figure Files VIP members donated a massive slew of Jada Classified series Iron Grenadier figures. So we got Dark Lawn, we got Metalhead, we got a pair or trio of Iron Grenadiers and a duo of Iron Grenadier bats. So stay tuned. Of course, that won't be anytime soon, but we'll have it up later on. Since I mentioned them, let's give a shout out to the Lyles Figure Files VIP members. While I get my chair straight, let's give it up to DJ No Good, Jamelin Parks, Henry G, Bro, Vint, Ryan Daly, Blade Tarpley, Pixelated Poses, David Thanos, Lefty Two Lions BK, Jay Woods, Tom Finn 2018, Robert Hayes, Lawson Wallace, John Morrissey, Nathan William, MOC Turtle, Retro Robo, James Green, Vintage Bob, Graham Tuttle, and our newest member, Alan. What's up, Alan? Thank you all so much for supporting this channel. Unlike my chair, which refuses, it like keeps going down, like shoot, 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 shoot the whole time. Anyway, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And look for more exclusive content coming up soon. This week, I was kind of at a crossroads. I'll see you there. So you don't get lonely. I was trying to decide if I was going to finish up my X Factor Part 2 video and make that episode 500. I said, nah, we'll save that for later. Let's do a live. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about all the stuff that went down at Comic-Con. What our highs, what our lows. What are we looking forward to now that we know what's coming for a good portion of the second half of this year? And then there's some stuff that's dropping, way faster than we anticipated. So we'll talk about all the good stuff. Let's see who's here hanging out in the chat so far. Snake Eyes, howdy, partner. How are you tonight? And I did not go out today. I had a colossal headache. It's still here just a little bit, but I will go out tomorrow and take care of that business for you, my friend. James Green, what's going on Thursday night action figure crew? What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, James Green? I think that Mezco Hulk is going to be a good figure. I wonder how much. How much would you pay for it? What do you think is a fair price? 100? 110? 70? Let me know. Mafex did show amazing, no, not just amazing, awesome stuff to it. Just takes them a while to release their stuff. Yeah, one of the things, and let's see if I can find that quickly. I bet I can. I trust myself and I trust the process. But let's see if I can find this figure quickly, because this was very odd and very weird. Of course, it's not right where I was hoping to see. Let me see if I can find another spot for it, because I did take the time after all the fun of Comic-Con to actually try to organize these pictures and all the stuff that we saw. So let's see, because there was something pretty unique and interesting that was shown. Oh man, actually there's another way I can do that. Let's try it this way, because I think one of the VIP members hit me up on this. So hopefully I can find this in a matter of moments so I can pull it up and all that good stuff, because there are some very exciting developments on the Mafex front. Let's do here. There we go. I know we don't ever need them. All right, so let's see here. Was it here? Let's see. There is, of course, the big major controversy of the week, which I will get into. So it's not there. Let's see. Sometimes. There it goes. Great. So let's pull up this picture and let's just save this picture. And so here's one of the most interesting reveals. And these pictures are courtesy of Toy Picks. So like this crazy low-key reveal that was just kind of like, here you go. And if you weren't paying attention, it just kind of slipped on by and was like, wait, did that actually happen? Is this true? Is this real? But it is real. And I wonder how many Digital Underground friends would get and remember that one. So let's see here. Let's just try this. Great. Let's do it this way. All right. So as you all know, remember, not a toy fair, but we saw these images from Mafex and they had a bunch of stuff they were showing off. One of which was this very impressive looking Lobo and his dog. And you know, they've mainly been keeping things within themes. So there's Batman Hush, there's Superman, Death and Return of Superman. Note that Doomsday in the back, and a battle damaged Superman. But this Lobo didn't fit in with anything. It was like, hey, what does this go to? Speaking of going to, I'm going to try to find something to fit for my chair, which will not work. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, but one of the cool things here, there was real later because, you know, we saw this shot. And I was like, oh, this is exciting. How cool is this? But there was something with this picture that not a lot of people on hand made note of. It was this very interesting deal here. Mafex Justice League Lobo. Now, if I'm thinking of a Justice League lineup, Lobo's not the first one that I'm thinking of when we get to it, but we do have apparently Mafex stepping up, going big time, giving us a Justice League line of figures. Now, with this wide open spectrum of any and everyone who's in the DC universe, especially right now, because every hero in the DC universe is part of the Justice League. This opens up everything. I kind of feel like this is that point where DC superheroes, the Four Horsemen, Mattel, were giving us these awesome characters. We had that great Superman, the spectacular Steel, pretty good Supergirl. We had a Cyborg Superman. And it was like, this is a pretty solid line. We had a great Parasite. We had Batman, Catwoman. Who else was on that? Scarecrow. So we had some really great figures coming between those two characters and their families and under that DC superheroes banner. And then Mattel gave us the great news that we're all anticipating. We're expanding. We got the whole DC universe, and then we got DC Classics. And that was awesome for a really long time. Mafex getting the keys to the entire DC kingdom with Justice League could really open up some fun possibilities. I mean, the imagination goes all over the place trying to figure out what to do next, where they're going to hit. I mean, Lobo, odd choice, but hopefully this means we're going to get a Hal Jordan Green Lantern really soon, a Flash figure too that I've been waiting to see from Mafex. Then, of course, a Wonder Woman, a Martian Manhunter. Dare I start hoping right away for Justice League International, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Rocket Red, Fire and Ice, Green Arrow, Black Canary done in the Neil Adams style. I mean, there's so much stuff. And then we start off with the Justice League. Do we get Justice League villains? And in this case specifically, do we get the Legion of Doom? If so, man, I mean, it might take till 2035 before we get 5 figures in this Justice League line, but it's a really exciting time to be in the Mafex DC figures. Of course, their thunder might get stolen because we know next year at some point Mattel is going to get the license and we're going to start seeing figures from them. Speaking of figures from Mattel, I saw this very quickly on Instagram and it just kind of came and went so fast. I wasn't even sure what to make of it because it vanished on me. And I was like, oh, I wonder what this is about. And did I even take a screenshot of it? No, apparently not, because I decided something else. Now I did get this picture. So this is weird. And again, it went by so fast and zoomed so quickly And I wasn't sure if this was real. Did anybody else see this? I mean, we're not supposed to see any Mattel stuff yet, but this is My Adventures of Superman, and I guess you can't. There you go. Did anyone else see this on Instagram? For a hot second, it was here and gone. None of the true experts in the field, not Preternia, Dan, nobody was saying, oh yeah, this is legit. I saw it. So I don't know. Maybe I just saw it. Somebody did a mock-up and was like, hey, having a little fun, but that was all I saw of it. Let me know if y'all saw it. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. James got me down the rabbit hole of excitement with Mafex. I needed to do that first. Let's beat up the like button, family. Well, don't beat it up. Just be real nice. Give it a little massage. Just go, boop. Just do that. What's up, Road Pig John? Good to see you again, buddy. How are you? Jamelin Parks. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? It's JP on the ones and twos. What's up with you? How are you? What's up, Ryan Daly? Van Doom. Kicking tail with those courses, no doubt. Evening Figure Files crew, it's been a minute. Jeffrey, my main man, 100 grand, what it is. You know, Vin Doom, I'm trying to figure out the recession has been awful. It's been terrible. People are losing their jobs. And I'm trying to figure out, I was like climbing the ranks. I was 200 grand. I was 300 grand. How do I get back up? Why am I falling down? The value of the Jeffrey Lyles Figure Files dollar is now falling to 100 grand. How do I get back up, my man? Let me know. Vin Doom, the return of football. Man, I forgot. I wanted to see how my guy Trey Lance was doing. But yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for his success now that he's out of the Cowboys jersey. So hopefully Harbaugh can unlock something like he did with Alex Smith. Because I would love to see the Niners play the Chargers in the Super Bowl. That'd be fun. Ryan, sorry I missed yesterday's Movie Files episode. I'll have to watch later here, the Fantastic Four chat. It is available. And if you're not subscribing to Lyle's Movie Files, go on over, check us out every Wednesday at 8:05. You can see the whole back catalog of our episodes. Lyle's Figure Files is celebrating its 500th episode, and Lyle's Movie Files just celebrated its 400th episode last week. So nice little synergy going on there between the two channels. Blake Tarpley, yo, Jeff and the crew. What's up, Blake? Royalty has arrived. The king is in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, King Collector? Maurice Phillip is here. Good times on all. And to you as well, my friend. Retro Robo is here. What's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? What's up? I feel like I did not respond to your text. Retro Robo is working on something very cool, and hopefully we'll be linking up real soon to tell you all about it. But it's exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to sharing it to you when we pin that down. Congrats on making it to 500. Thank you. I mean, this is weird because I just started like, you know what? Let me start talking about figures. There's so much. And I was like, you know what? I can make this into a whole separate channel because apparently I can talk for hours on end about figures. So there you go. Thank you. Blake, congrats on 500, Jeff. Thank you, my friend. Here's the 500 more. And next time when we do a toy meetup, we're going to have like 500 people hanging out with us, Blake. I just said hi to everyone individually, but it seems to disappear from me. Can y'all see it? I see this. Or are you talking about in separate ones? But I still see it. Congrats on the milestone. Thank you, Maurice. Again, we would not be here without you all. Like, this would be episode 1 of 1. If y'all weren't tuning in every week, watching these videos, watching me talking about figures. Vin Doom, congrats to every 500 episodes. Yes. I'm going to say it in the Ed McMahon style. Thank you. Yes, sir. Rick Cage, egad, 500, thou dost say, zounds. It's been a long time since I left you without a dope beat to step to. Come on, Jeff, let's move it, move it. Well, I like to move it. Hank Day, what's up, fam? What's up, Hank? How are you? Dr. Prepper, hey, how are you? Kaboom! Jamelin just spoke you up. What's up? Perfect thing to watch for my 2-hour drive home. Yikes. Are you leaving somewhere fun? And hopefully you're not leaving work with a 2-hour drive home. But hopefully the drive is smooth. Keep your eyes on the road. I'm not doing anything exciting outside of maybe trying to get my chair up and situated so I don't keep dropping, and going low, 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 low. Jamelin, nice color shirt, Jeffrey. Sorry, thank you, sir. It's always nice to see something besides black, white, and heather gray. Yeah, I like to mix it up, and I have more blues, of course, and the whites make it seem like I'm living in a cavern of darkness. But yeah, I do like this color. It's a little fun, a little something different. Gotta thank my wife for always finding these different cool color shirts for me to rock. Hank Day kicking us off. Grab Jajo Classified Retro Storm Shadow and Sergeant Slaughter and Slaughter Marauder gear. How much did you pay for that Retro Storm Shadow? Because he's not cheap. And I keep reminding myself, I really dropped the ball in not getting that Retro Zartan. I had the original. I got the color change one. But then I was looking at the retro one with the blue chest plate. I was like, this is kind of how he rocked it in the cartoon. And for whatever reason, I'm trying to track down a third Zartan. It's crazy. Ren Rock 80s Rants and Real Talk. What's up? What's up, though, Figure Files family? Just stopping right before my Lions get started. As always, I mean this in the most respectful way possible. I hope your team has a good season. I don't want to see them during the season, nor in the playoffs. So hopefully that works out well for both of us. Fleecy's World. What's up, Fleecy? What up, Jeff? Yo, Figure File Squad. No figure hunting this week. Just focusing on IKEA display cabinets. A word? What did you get this time? Because I'm... Boop. There we go. I'm trying to figure out if I want to crack down another DTOF. They're so lovely. They're so reflective. But I really like the way they can just stack up the figures with those risers. They look cool and they look a little classier and elegant. Although I do like my new shelf back there. Wait, there we go. There we go. So as you can see, it's still relatively empty. It's going to have these Storm Collectibles, not Storm Collectibles, it's the Jada toys. And I'm thinking the first 2 rows are going to be the Jada toys figures. I've got Mega Man down at the bottom. There you go. And I'm wondering if maybe I should leave that middle shelf for the cereal mascots, the Scooby-Doo characters, Fred and Barney. What do y'all think? Let me know. Ryan, I just started reading the newish Conan the Barbarian comic from Titan, and it's awesome. Roberto Del Toro channels John Buscema in the best way. Titan Comics, you say. How far along are they in this run? And how did that one slip by me? I do like Conan. Controversy. Harry G, what's up, man? Figure Files, brethren. Hope everyone is having a stupendous week. Mine has been pretty solid. These headaches have been like Mjolnir against my head, but I'm still going strong, my man. How about you? We're almost here at the weekend, too. Dark Knight 297. What up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? How you doing, Dark Knight? Why keep the box? What's up? It's Figure Files time. Check it. It is. You better believe it. Retro Robot. Whoa. I need that Doomsday. Yeah. Like they're a company where I think the problem is Marvel Legends does the Marvel characters so well in that scale. I'm like, I'm good. So I don't necessarily look to Mafex for my Marvel needs, but there's not really anything like what Mafex is delivering for DC until maybe we'll see what Mattel does. But for now, that window is wide open. The Batman Hush figures, the Nightfall figures, the Superman Reign of the Supermen, awesome figures. So got to at least see that through. And I've got Superboy in my pile of loot, and I probably need to get him shipped. Speaking of, so Big Bad Toy Store hit me up today, and we're like, "Hey, Jeff, we got a little change of plans here on those pricing of the figures that you got. And in this case, that's the Storm Arena figures. Now I was really excited because, you know, July, which is literally one more day, we're gonna be done with it after tonight. We're gonna I was supposed to get my Street Fighter Alpha 3 Storm Arena Ryu and Ken. They're both set for a July release, right? And so I got the email from them saying Ryu's delayed till probably September. I'm like, oh man, what fun is it to just have one? So I'm like, all right, cool. What's up with Ken? And they said Ken is about to ship, but unfortunately, we got to raise the price a little bit because of the tariffs. Boo, hiss, throw inanimate objects. So we're gonna have to raise the price. I'm like, oh gosh, what's the price gonna be now? And fortunately, it's not too much. They just raised it by $1. But if you have not already picked it up, you have to pay a little more because right now, the pre-order price for Ken, and I feel like these figures were like $25.99 when they first listed them, and now it's $29.99. Now Ryu is still listed at $26.99. So if you want Ryu, I think you better hurry up and make that move. If you can see up above, Sagat is $37. I don't remember what his original price point was. Was it $34, $35? You know, because they're the only place you can get these Storm collectible figures from, so they can just kind of price them accordingly. But yeah, so if you want in, definitely make that move. I think Ken is about to ship soon, and it says third quarter now, so his time period has also changed. But while you can, I highly recommend getting it. And you see here excludes this tariff surcharge, so hopefully you might want to make that move if you're interested in this line whatsoever, because I think they're going to go up in price soon. Dark 9297. The Mafex Lobo kicks off the Justice League line. Yeah, weird choice, but we are getting him. Zoran the Barbarian. Hello, Mr. Lyles. Hello. How are you, Zoran? King Collector. I still think the Storm Collectibles Lobo is the best looking one out right now in terms of the Storm Collectible line or in terms of the best Lobo figure we've gotten. I'm curious if Storm Collectibles is... Wow, they didn't even have it up here. I feel... Let me just do this. I actually like the McFarlane one because the one we got from Mattel is just ridiculously ugly in the scale. He doesn't work at all for me. Let's see here. This is theirs. It's not a bad looking version. I kind of like the shorter hair version of Lobo simply because when I was first introduced to the character in Justice League International, he had a little bit more like an afro thing going as opposed to dreadlocks. So I've always kind of gravitated towards that look for him more. This one does kind of make more sense for a wild man. It is a really good figure. And speaking of Injustice, did they ever do anything else with that? I feel like we got a Darkseid and maybe a Superman. But there are so many different ways for them to have gone with that. And head sculpt is awesome, though. Yeah. Anyway, Storm Collectibles not finishing up the figure line. Who would have thunk? All about the villas. Yo, 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 yo. What's up? And what's up to you, David Thanos? My peeps. How you doing, my friend? David Thanos, the Fallout. I'm broke. Yeah, man. They're not messing around with our wallets here, are they? 112 standard price is 112 where the players dwell to 200 single fingers, 200 for multi-packs. What line are you referring to, Rick? What's up, Doc Avenger? How are you tonight? King Collector. Yeah, we definitely need a new Black Canary. Yeah, man. Todd needs to hurry up. Time is ticking. We're in the second half of 2025. And yeah, you didn't have much longer. But I think I showed you all this on the Instagram channel. But for those of you who have not seen them yet, one thing that I really enjoy and appreciate about McFarlane revealing figures is, hey, dude, you're not gonna have to wait long for them to actually be on the shelves when they're shown, like on their live streams or whatever. It's like you better check your stores the next day because right now at Target's they've got the latest collector edition wave, and not just one, but it looks like two. So the version with the Dark Stars, the Dark Archer Merlin, and the one with Merlin with Metron. Deathstroke, and who's the third? Mirror Master. It's already showing up at Target. And I think some Walmarts have these guys as well. And Kite Man, heck yeah, he is also there. So check your stores for these new McFarlane figures. Don't check the Target website, it's worthless, but you can actually find them in stores. So there you go. Robert's Infinite Realms. What up, Jeffrey? What's up, Robert? How are you? Zoran. Them Street Fighter figs behind Jeffrey look great. They do look pretty fun. They're fun to pose too. I love those figures. All about the villains. We need a new Nova and a Nihilus. We absolutely need a new Nova. That Nova figure, and he's Nova Prime, and he's not Prime at all. He's like, I don't know what the deal is. He's so small and just like whack. He needs to look, like he can stand side by side with Star-Lord and the rest of the Guardians, like the true main hero of the cosmic galactic scale of the Marvel universe. Because that whole run of Annihilation was awesome. And Annihilus, of course, we definitely need. Maurice, that was pretty cool. True. Can't wait to see what it turns out to be. Well, I mean, I don't think they made it up. So yeah, looks like it is true. It's just a matter of how long it takes before we see these figures. Because last year, around San Diego Comic-Con time, we saw a lot of cool figures from Mafex. We saw that Iceman figure, no pun intended. And we're just now getting the pre-order form. So who knows? And hopefully this terror situation is resolved by then, because 130 for Mafex figures, probably not the way to go, no matter how great they look. Might be a hard sell if Mattel figures do the deal at all. How tall did that new Mattel Superman? I could not tell from the picture. Why keep the box? No, I missed it, but definitely looking forward to seeing it. I like that Superman show. My brother says it's awesome. G-Brew, what is up, fellas? What's up, G-Brew? How you doing tonight? Jason Atreides, long live the fighters. Steelers forever, says Jeffrey Jones. Nice first name, my friend. Steelers, hey, I've got no beef with the Steelers. They didn't cost us the Super Bowl, so more power to Steeler Nation. I wish I had a yellow towel rolling around in here for you. All about the villains. Yeah, that Cowboys Transformer helmet, gotta get. I mean, I suppose so, if you're a Cowboys fan, but yeah. Would I recommend spending money on Cowboys gear? No, but I'm a biased Niners fan, so don't mind me at all. Maurice, got my tickets to see Superman and Fantastic Four tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. Maurice, which one are you going to see first? Because I'm very curious which way you decided to go with that. Jace, I'm just talking to you, bro shot. What's going on, Loud Figure Files crew? Congratulations on 500. Thanks so much, bro shot. I appreciate you. What up, John Kane? King Collector. So Mattel is starting with the animated stuff first. That was unexpected. I'm always looking for that classic look first. If this is true, big, huge, fill up the screen with if on that one. This figure did look pretty decent. I'm trying to see if there's any sense of the articulation. He has there's no articulation on the torso, chest area, biceps, double jointed, elbows. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like this is a mock-up of just hoping for something, and a telemarker is calling me, trying to get me to buy onto these figures. This is like a lot of head sculpts for a Mattel figure. I don't know. We'll see. But if that happens to eventually show up, we'll all remember that episode, the 500th episode where I talked about him. Thank you so much, Fleazy. Jay Woods, way to go on hitting the milestone. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Mikey the Box, congrats on 500. Thank you. Energy, congrats on the half a stack, Jeff. Can't wait to hit that 1,000. I'll be right there with you, brother. I appreciate it. I'm curious now. It's just a lie. How long do we think it'll take me for to get to 1,000 episodes? Dark Knight 297. Congrats on that 500, Jeff, my brother. That's what's up. Thank you, my friend. It has been pretty awesome. 500. Thank you all about the villains. And that's like one of the rare ones that I can actually see. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, John Kane. And thank you, All About the Villains. Hey, Dad, I grabbed the Storm Shadow off eBay. It was a steal. Not gonna lie. Thank you. $37. It's been oscillating from 60 to 80. Big Bad Toy Store has that Sarge on sale. I saw that. And they've got a pretty solid sale going on right now for the Jada Real American Hero cartoon figures. This sale is pretty solid. And I just kind of wish that I had like random disposable money because the price on these are really good. Excuse me. And I've always been like, oh man, I happened to go to my local comic book store, Third Eye Comics, last weekend. And I saw the Destro and I saw the Lady J. I saw the Flint in hand. And I was like, Flint's skin tone does still look a little soft. But for $55, I mean, look at the original price. $219 for these figures. 55 is like, that's pretty solid work there. I mean, it is one of my favorite shows. And definitely some of my favorite Cobras. I don't know. Just bad time for this sale. Hopefully they'll bring that back again to us come Black Friday, that time of year, because that would be awesome. I got a super chat from Retro Robo. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Always got to take a pause for the cause for a super chat. I appreciate that. I'll do some damage. I remember the whole escapade with my breaker, which I did get. Very happy to have him in the collection. And while I'm talking about it, let me pull up a picture of my breaker because I actually did finish the photos for him. And boy, was that figure a lot of fun to shoot. And I am so digging having more of these retro style versions of Joe. And this is cool because it was like, man, this is, I mean, Snowcat hysteria going wild. But I was like, man, this is like my little homage to G.I. Joe issue 2, Stalker, Starlet, Snake Eyes, and Breaker in the snow. And hoping we do get some snow, I'm absolutely going to take these Joes out in the snow and go all the way. Breaker's just going to have to ignore the cold. Maybe I'll try to whip up some Parkers for him, but this is a cool deal. Actually having Breaker blowing bubblegum and having 4 of the original Joes there like that. It's pretty solid. Got the Mills Bow cabinets. Please, I gotta check these out here. Mills Bow. How much do they store and how much are they? There we go. Lefty 2 Lines, BK, Loud Figure Files crew, squad up. Hank Day. It's a nice Street Fighter collection coming strong, Jeffrey. Thank you. Hopefully, if I'm focused over the weekend, you should see Blanca. You should see Guile, Cammy, and M. Bison. All 4 of those probably unlikely, but hopefully you'll see a few more additions as I review them and put them on the site. Patrick P, how you doing, friend? David Thanos, Serial Mascot should go on the top shelf. They pop more. Sagat will not fit on those lower shelves. He is too tall, which is why, because I probably would have put the Street Fighter figures, a little bit lower, but he butts up right up on the top. So got to have him and Blanca, likely Zangief, maybe not so much Ihana because I'm just having a crouching pose, but yeah, that's why they're up there. Marvel Gamerverse should be the 3rd shelf. Well, they definitely won't fit, Aaron. How are you tonight? King Galactic. Yeah, congrats on the 500. Do you remember how many people tuned in on that first day? You probably was talking Toy Biz stuff, right? On the first live, I feel like maybe I could actually relatively quickly find that information. Let's see. So I did my first live thanks to my buddy Mega J Retro, who was like, you should do lives. They're really easy and you would have a blast doing them. And he was right. So shout out Mega J Retro. My very first live was, let's go all the way to the end. Let's see. The first live was, oh, there we go. Thank you. I was waiting for it to go all the way over. Okay, so my very first live was back in April 13th, 2023. And it was choose your final figure from your favorite line. So that was like, hey, if you got no other figures coming, what would be the last one you wanted? So that was it. Way back Longer than 2 years ago. So a little bit of trivia there. Maybe that'll be part of the trivia for later on. We got another super chat. Robert Hayes, thank you so much, my friend. The $10 super chat. Happy 500, Jeff. Your show has made Thursday nights one to look forward to every week. Here's to many more, brother. Well, cheers to that. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. Jamlin, man, 500 episodes is nothing to sneeze at. You have long passed the syndication minimum. Congratulations. Right. I remember when I got old enough to know about that and started caring. It's like, now they can have reruns on all the different networks. And man, growing up back in that time frame, watching reruns of Three's Company, Alice, what else was I watching? Mork and Mindy, Laverne and Shirley, and all the afternoon shows before the cartoons started to hit. And it was like, yes. I mean, I liked those shows, but it was something to watch until the cartoons came on during the summer. Appreciate you, Jamie. You've been here for a long time. DJ Jedi, happy Thursday and happy 500, Jeff. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Dark Knight 297. Yeah, Big Bad Toy Store hit me with the same message about the Storm Arena figure prices. Yeah, man. That's one of those deals where it's like, oh no, this is gonna get worse. But gotta give a shout out to Mattel. Mattel was like, we've got this crowdfunding effort that we're gonna do for our WWE line. And they realized what was going on with the tariffs. We were going to make them just ridiculously expensive. So they decided to put a pause on it. And they had like some really cool options for their crowdfund. It was going to, it's going to be like a Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, different variations of it. So they were doing all kinds of fun stuff. And they're like, you know what? This isn't going to work because people are going to go, yeah, we can't afford it. And they, of course, cannot afford to have another crowdfunding effort not come through. So I'm glad that they decided to wait and go, yeah, we'll wait till when the climate's better. It just made sense because let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you like to see people in these big companies understanding and properly reading the room. It's too expensive right now. And the tariffs can make that stuff ridiculously expensive. And who wants to pay a variable price? I mean, you know, crazy times. King Collector. I never even considered Mafex or DC stuff. I thought their figures were smaller than Marvel Legends. They are. They're not going to match up really well. It's funny because we got this new Deadpool and Batman crossover coming, but how rare. I mean, I still have a huge imagination, but I never really feel a need to match my Marvel and DC figures, probably because they don't match up in scale at all right now. And even when DC classics were going, they didn't really fit in the same aesthetic with the Marvel Legends. And I was like, the Toy Biz ones, because, you know, there was that time period when it was DC classics and Toy Biz Marvel Legends. And then when Hasbro started doing better Marvel Legends, they didn't work either. And there hadn't been a DC line that matched up at all with what we're getting from DC figures right now. So it's just never been much of an option. Then Doom. Has anyone received their Dragon Man yet? No. Pulse has processed it. I think it's going. One of my buddies who also ordered them said he got a shipping notification for his. I've not gotten mine yet, but I know they're running it through right now. So hopefully I'll get them soon. Retro Robo. I missed out on the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat. Wait, I gotta fix that. That was terrible. I missed out on the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat line. I wonder if they'll do an arena line for them next. I wonder. And I'm hoping that McFarlane Toys doesn't have them exclusively, because I like when other companies get a bite of the apple too. And in that case, Storm Collectibles doing Mortal Kombat and Storm Arena format would be pretty cool. And since we're talking about Storm Arena, we got a new fighter joining the arena. Now, we knew about him, but we got the first promo photo of my guy Dan. And this default head sculpt is laughable. I'd much rather have a crying or a overly confident, I just got my tail kick head sculpt. But Dan's going to be a lot of fun to add to this line. So we know the first 6, getting Charlie Ryu, Ken, of course, we've seen. Sagat, we've already seen. Now Dan and Chun-Li, we've also seen. So that's 6. That's pretty good for them because normally it's like, here's 2. We'll see you in 3 more years, player. But I'm excited about that one. Oh, you got your shipping notice today too. I need to check my email again. Oh, issue 22. So they've been going on for a minute. First 20 have been collected in trades. Titan is also publishing Savage Sword of Conan in black and white magazine format. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize I already had trades out. It's been a minute. Oh, thank you. Rick Cage. G-Brew. It kind of depends on the specific Mafex figures. I have Mafex Magneto and Gambit on my main X-Men display. They scale well. Storm Phoenix, the 2 Cyclops, and Psylocke scale well too. Nice. Jalen. I would like a Lobo from that more Afro style era. That was when I first discovered him in the early 90s. I feel like you and I are like synced up so often with what I'm saying. And then I read your chat and there's like, yeah, because I mean, that's how he looked when he was like going up against Guy Gardner in the covers, which were so great. The Lobo punking out Guy in the reverse when he's, oh man. I need to do a video on the JLI. That's what I'm going to do after the X Factor one. I love that book. And if I can get more people reading that one, I will feel pretty happy. King Collector, that Storm Lobo came with 3 heads. 3 heads. I never knew they made Superman. Might have to look that one up. Let me see here. I should be able to do that relatively quickly. Yeah, it was also in that Injustice style. No. Yes. Okay. I was about to say, did it actually come out? Now let me see. I know they showed him, but that of course with Storm Collectibles was always the well, did it come? So these are from Toy Art back in, gosh, I don't even remember. I can't see the year. This is a Superman. Now, I don't know if he actually came out, but that's what he looked like. And I did a really quick check and could not find any pre-order or any information on him. So maybe they just showed a figure that they never actually put out for everybody to get. Blake, I missed the comic Deathstroke. He came with so many guns. You think it would be a Target as well? Let me see if I can find that for you really quickly. Let me see if I can go to my, because I feel like he's going to be the one that is going to be so hard to find in stores, which is why I was like, let me put this pre-order in right now. Oh my gosh, man, I've got to get back to my store that's right down the street because they've got more of the Thanos and Psylocke packs. Every Thursday, this keeps happening. Like somebody will post, they're more there. And on Friday, when I get up, they're gone. Let's see here. I thought in this figure board that I was checking, they don't seem to have Deathstroke on the pegs. But I am kind of seeing that more of the Psylocke and Thanos are showing up in stores and apparently getting restocked. So if you've not gotten your set yet, like me, don't worry. Seems like they are going to be available soon. Like I thought I could find it easily enough, but no. But I did like in the listing. This is not a toy. It's not a test, and this is not a toy. I think so. I mean, we've got tons of figures in the toy aisle and the action figure aisle with guns. I don't know why the DC figures had to be so different. Figure File Crew Fantasy Football League. David Thanos. I feel like you mentioned this last year, and I faked. Let's see. We should do that. And what we could do is we could just do a live and we'll figure out some way. Maybe I'll do it like a snake league and just have everybody else draft and I'll record them live here. Yeah, let's do it. All about the villains. Who is ready to cough up 325 to Pulse tomorrow? Not me. Savage 3-pack. Excuse me. Cold Slither joining us soon. Star Wars 2-pack 325 plus tax. I'm definitely down for 2 of those. And Cold Slither, whew, I absolutely am like, oh man, that'd be so fun. I think it's really gonna depend on when that pre-order window closes in terms of like they're expected to ship, October, November, December. Anytime like then, I'll be on board for all 3 of them. But if it's changing, if it gets real dicey, who the heck knows? Van Doom. Wait, Jeff, is that Jada toys, Sagat? I'm torn between Jada and Storm Collectibles versions to get. That one was the Storm Arena one. And I don't feel like I have a side-by-side picture of that one, but I can show you in hand. So here you go. If you're on the fence, if you're trying to figure out which one to go with, Jada Toys and the Storm Arena one are pretty comparable in price. So you've got that. Now, if you have, since you're not like me and you don't have either one, you know that the Jada one has him with the blue and red, whereas the Storm Arena one has been blue and yellow. So they're kind of smart with that because they're not saying, oh, you'd only have to choose between one because they got the exact same colors. So I kind of dig that because, like, well, maybe I could rank both of these guys in here. So take a look at the Storm Arena one. Check out, I mean, look at this. He's got a really small hinge here, which I didn't notice before. That's going to sneakily add a lot more articulation there. And he's got this, this floating torso joint here. He's got the butterfly shoulders, big shoulders. I mean, so he's looking like he does basically in the game model. That's cool. And he looks real beefy, ready to go do his thing. And he can hit the exact stance from the game. There goes a tiger elbow. Man, I mean, this punch motion here is really, really solid. And then we got these. I mean, the articulation when these Storm Arena figures looks really good. I feel like he should be able to hit that pose because I'm pretty sure I was able to do that with the Storm Arena one. Now, of course, this one needs an assist to do that hyper knee, but I mean, that's really good. And he can hit the full on tiger shot and the knee. I mean, I was able to get a lot of these poses with the Storm, with the Jada Toys figure. And if he comes with it's gonna be a real tricky thing. I mean, it's a $3 difference. And since you have neither, I mean, you can see how he looks next to Ryu. There we go. I was trying to find the accessories. All right, so excuse me. The Jada Toys version has an alternate head sculpt. So check. A flame effect, and I need to check again. But yeah, I mean, he has his tiger shot effect. He's got a stand to help him move. Now the Jada one just has that for his effect piece and 2 sets of hands. So they're pretty comparable in terms of what they're providing for you. I just think it depends on which ones. You can see here, that's where he has a stand and he's got his tiger shot effect. Let me go really fast to his accessories so you can see all he has. So, but you can check here, he doesn't have nearly the same kind of definition. He's really tall. He's got a nice alternate head sculpt too. No, I feel like you don't have either one and the price doesn't matter. I might go with the Storm Arena one. I'm not getting rid of my Jada Toys figures because they're a great line of figures, and every time I open one, never disappointed. So I'm gonna run and keep going with them. Now, when it comes to, hey, we're both doing Street Fighter Alpha 3, I think Storm Arena is gonna win. So we'll see how that plays out. Like the box, Mafex is great. Those prices are heavy. They are. Jalen, the second McFarlane Lobo that came with the bike and dog is pretty sweet. I have one head on that one riding his bike, but the other head on the first one, the first head is hanging from his hook. The last Zarnian. That makes sense. I have to see what that looks like. King Collector. GBR, I think I had that. Mafex Spider-Man was like really skinny. So I think that's what steered me away from Mafex. Yeah. And Spider-Man would be a character they would actually do skinny and would also mess it up. Jibru says Magneto and Gamma scale the best of the legend figures. Their Magneto is the best 1/12 scale I have owned. Nice. 500 cents for episode 500. I appreciate it. Thank you. King Collector Jamlin, I bought that McFarlane Lobo on bike just for the bike. I sold the Lobo, but he was a good figure. And they had a really good deal on it. I think it was as low as $40 for a minute. It was like, nice deal. What a milestone. Thank you, David Thanos. Why keep the box? I've been seeing many good sales on Big Bad Toy Store, but with my wallet being low, I have to pass it. Yes. Retro Robo, got a breaker off a toy. Snowman, a little higher than retail, but better than eBay. Oh man, I wish I had known you were looking for him, because he's starting to become all over the joint right now. And definitely not a situation of, oh, I gotta pay for him fast. David Nanos, keep an eye out at your Walmarts. I have a feeling this night's gonna be a good night. Those SummerSlam strippers are gonna hit this weekend because of SummerSlam. Right. That's right. I forgot SummerSlam is this weekend. I have not been keeping up with WWE since they moved Raw to Netflix. It's just such a pain to watch. I just haven't been keeping up like I was before. Wow, okay. So that's something to look forward to. What's going to be on the SummerSlam shipper? I did see the SummerSlam Build-A-Figure William Regal wave at Target. And I don't know. I need to find a broader suit body. One that will make more sense for my J.J. Dillon head, because the mold that I have for him is a little small, a little too slender, and his head is bigger. But I think with a bigger suit body, and I'm not sure if a Paul Heyman one is going to work well either. If y'all know a good suit option for JJ, let me know. King Collector Jeff, I finally got tired of waiting for them to make that version 2 Snake Eyes, so I made a custom using the Marvel Legends of Black Panther Void Build-A-Figure body. How'd that turn out? David Thanos, let's do watch along for the first show. That could be something. Robert Hayes for the win. Jalen Price. I wonder how many of us were in that first live. Now that would be interesting. Or me fumbling around trying to figure out the chat. Like, wait, what's going on? By the way, there's some thunderstorms that might be passing through the area. So if I vanish for a second, don't be alarmed. I will return. I will be back. Hank Day. Let's hit the like, boys and girls, and happy 500 episode. Thank you, my friend. This is just the beginning. Let's go. Absolutely. Mel's Diner. What's up, Blitz 0065? Robert, happy 500. I'm just a bit busy wrapping up my day and just noticed. Thank you. Hopefully your day was solid, my friend. King Collector, 500 shows in 2 years. That's a pretty good grind. I guess so. This really has not felt like a grind. This has been fun, which I guess is the best way to do it, right? Jeeber, I didn't realize how close to the start of these live chats I came in. These live shows are a staple of my week. I love to hear that. Thank you, my friend. You're here every week as well. Now, guys, Jeff, I've been thinking of pre-ordering Avatar, Recon Courage. I thought you already got that. Yo, Joe OC. Yo, what's up? King Collector. I just shipped my pile of loot, and I knew if I shipped it, something good was going to drop right after it leaves Big Bad Toy Store. What just arrived? Dog Avenger. Hey, did anyone else get their Madam Mask and Crossbones from Amazon? They sent mine unboxed with a shipping label in the viewing window. I complained. They're sending me a new one. Nice. Speaking of complaints, so I had to complain to Walmart. So they canceled my Great Muta figure. So I was so shocked when in the mail earlier this week, this guy arrived. Cue the NWO B music roll. This guy came courtesy of my guy Jada Parks, and I was so excited to get a Great Muta in the NWO. I was so like, oh, this is great. So he is absolutely fighting my Crow era Sting in my display. Hopefully I will have those photos up real soon. But I also went to walmart.com because they had a reship. And I realized since I got Muta, I need to get the rest of them. So Jerry the King Lawler, he turned out pretty nice. I really like this head sculpt for him. And he comes with the arms for Trillionaire Ted. And I had to get him, of course. Then they threw Prince Albert to me. I don't know why they shipped this figure like this. Travesty. And I actually do keep my WWE figures, the packaging, because I think they always do a really good job with the bio, and I like to have them on the shelf, showing them off like this. I was like, I can't stand for this. So after being on hold with their chat for a long time, I got through to customer service and I said, this is unacceptable. I want to speak to a manager. And so they actually did right, and we're like, hey, we're going to make this good. Here you go. Don't worry about sending the figure back, but here's your money. So thank you, Walmart, for doing right. Appreciate that. But geez, they came in 2 separate envelopes. Why didn't they just put it in a box? That'd have been so much better for all of us. But happy to add them. And then when I get the Coliseum Collection, Ted DiBiase versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, I'm plopping that serious head sculpt on the trillionaire Ted body because I don't need to buy that bogus NWO President Hulk Hogan figure. It's like, no, thank you. Tom Finn, pretty sure I was in the first live. I think you were, my friend. Sean, you got your, what's up, Sean? You got your shipping notice today for Dragon Man too? My Dragon Man left the building today. Well, darn it, I need to check my email. I'm sure Hasbro Pulse just forgot to send it to me. Let's see. And no. I was like, I'm going to come check on here, and it's going to be like, hey, Dragon Man is flying your way right now. But he's not. Aaron, I have shipping and tracking on Dragon Man. Y'all are making me jealous. Ah, this is just the everybody got Dragon Man but me. So it's like the reverse of the Rattler. Henry G got my shipping notice for Dragon Man today. Also was charged for the Cold Slither set. Also, my Rattler arrived finally. What did you think? Have you already unboxed it, and have you put so many gaudy stickers all over your Rattler? That was so much fun. What's up, Anthony? What's good, Figure File crew? Congratulations on episode 500 episode. Jeff, thank you, my friend. Thanks for rolling with me. Tom Finn, happy 500, Jeffrey. Thank you. Lefty, yes, Dragon Man is inbound. I feel like this balances out because I got my Rattler pretty soon. It was like, look at my Rattler. So now everybody can go look at my Dragon Man. I'm like, that's cool. Dragon Man can join the long queue of figures that I need to review. But I'm looking forward to getting him too. Got my Dragon Man ship notice today. Nice. What's up, Bobo? How you doing, my friend? Lost it, Wallace. Happy 500, Jeffrey. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you so much. All those giveaways, looking out for everybody here in the channel. David Thanos. So this week, I got an ECW Ultimate Punk. What do you think? 4 Mutas. No Chase. Boo. Law and Order. Yeah, I saw that picture of your Law and Order. They look good. And Long Haul and Hook. Almost there for Devastator. Who's left for your Devastator? Blake. GameStop still has Deathstroke available for pre-order. Nice. King Collector, I think you got it from Amazon. I don't think they're in stores yet. Hank Day, I'm gonna grab that Deathstroke right now. Jibber, I got my Gamerverse Psylocke Saturday. Nice. Got the last 2 Peter David X Factor omnibuses I needed, the most recent Last Ronin series, and various other books. Very cool. So yes, 2 more of those X Factor omnibuses. All about the villains in stock tomorrow. Not pre-order for Comic-Con items. Pulse, pretty sure. Yikes. Pulse does take the funds when they ship, Robert Hayes. So hopefully these will be the listing says pre-order. So I am going to take them at their word that that's what's happening. So let me go to the Hasbro deal here. Let's see if they've actually updated, because sometimes they do not update their own thing. They do not. So wild. You actually have to go to elsewhere to get the same information that they should have on their own stuff, but whatever. All right, so this is what my guy Pre-Tourney has, and this is courtesy. Let me see. It didn't look like it was trying to load up all the way. Let's see if it'll load up now. Very slowly. All right, Comic-Con isn't over just yet. Get ready to add the Hasbro Pulse Convention exclusives to your collection. Star Wars Black Series, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Marvel Legends Series, Gamerverse, Marvel Snap 3-pack, Transformers Void Rivals 3-pack, nice. JoJo Classified Series, Dreadnoughts, Cold Slither set. Now, sale tomorrow. I feel like Dan mentioned that these were pre-order. So let me go to Dan over on the marketing team, because I thought he said these were for pre-order. Now let's see. Let me see, because I really thought, oh, okay, there we go. I thought I had that information right. So, excuse me. Dan said on July 27th, Hasbro Marvel Legends exclusive Savage Land 3-pack will go up for pre-order exclusively at Hasbro Pulse on August 1st. So that should mean that we will get these figures later, man. So hopefully that is the case, because I have other priorities and don't want to have to do a lot more juggling. It's been a minute, so let me check in to see how things are looking with our HasLabs. As usual, the Snowcat is not quite funded yet. It gets a nice little surge, and then the next morning it loses some of those backers, normally like 20. I don't know what's going on with that. It's really weird, but we're closing in on it. So the competing, I still don't understand why they have two HasLabs running at the same time, because some of y'all have said I would have got the Snowcat, but now I'm dropping the money to get the Vintage Collection Gunship. Boy, so now it's closing in on 3,000, closing into its 8,000. The Snowcat, with 2 weeks exactly to go, is at 7,509. So we are 491 away from getting this thing funded and hopefully getting some of these tiers knocked out in the next couple of weeks. We can do it, people. We can do it. Lost in this week, I got Galvatron, Swoop, Snarl, Gnaw, Scrap Heap, Junk Heap, Cobra Rattler, the Batman Jonah Hex Build-A-Figure Animated Series Wave, Psylocke vs. Thanos, Cobra Claw, and Breaker. Wow, that's a massive haul. I mean, there's so much good stuff in there. What was your favorite of what you picked up? Also, Cat Matter Mask and Crossbones. Very cool. What's up, Hustle SM? How are you? And a Gamut figure. Tiger Uppercut. Yes, sir. Woogie Sasquatch. Help me out. How is a Cold Slither 4-pack? Did you open it up yet? Are you impressed? Did it make you want to rock out or rage out? Tiger Knee. Dog Avenger. I just need the Savage Land. Only need the Shayna. Well, that's what I'm going for. Cold Slither's a pass. Don't need it. David Thanos. Oh, I found a few Psylocke Thanos 2-packs. I'm glad to see people are finding these and it's not this craziness, even though their website is like, we don't have any more of these anywhere. Crazy. All about the millions. Noon. It breaks my heart. I still haven't ordered mine. That's weird. It's funny because your response came up faster in the chat than Woogie Sasquatch's answer. Question. So odd. Wacky the Box. I would love to get Storm, but it's just starting. Another line is scary for my wallet. The good thing about them, they'll probably space it out at some point. And for the most part, they don't sell out of their figures, so you can kind of pace how fast you get each one. Joshua. What's up, Joshua? I had a big week of pickups. My Rattler came in. Congratulations. What do you think? I got the right. Okay, you got your Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. Mine is in my pile of loot waiting for me to say, come on home. The new Silverbolt. Great. Law and Order, 9 Grenadiers, Bat, Blowtorch, Footloose, and Mass Device Breaker. Wow, you had a good haul too. What was your favorite? Lawson, I hope I get the Savage Land 3-pack tomorrow. I have a feeling it will be sold out in a blink. Well, tell Clarice to come back. I think they'll have it worked out better tomorrow, hopefully. Yo, Joe OC, I like Jada better. Cool. What's tomorrow? Yes. 1 p.m. tomorrow for premium, 2 p.m. for everyone else. Wookie Sasquatch. I actually got my order in under 20 seconds. I never get through checkout without problems. I couldn't believe it. That is solid stuff. Lawson, wonder when Mezco will release that Hulk for pre-order. I hope I can get that one. It's #1 on my want list. I feel like you'll be okay there. Because between Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth, you'll have a pretty solid shot at that one. Bobo, congrats on the 500th episode and counting, Jeff. Thank you, Bobo. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, I thought Lobo was ridiculously cheap during Christmas. $35. It's a great deal for him and the bite. The Fright Zone crowdfund starts tomorrow too. Does it? I thought I read that they were holding back on that one. I thought I saw that because they were doing some tinkering. Yes. So let me see if I can pull this up. Oh, okay. No. So I did see that somewhat correctly, but it is, according to Paternia, going to be coming up tomorrow. It's just going to be launched tomorrow after they do some tweaks. I know they're not under any obligation, but I wonder if there's any any real hardcore figure collector nerd who can do the stats and break down how multiple crowd funds interfere with each other, if it hurts the timing, the success of these various projects. If it's better to wait when nothing else is available to take away from people's money, because I feel like, with the gunship and the snowcat from Hasbro, then they're dropping all their Comic-Con stuff, and hopefully nothing will be available right away and come out of your wallet right away. But it's just really weird to me because they're kind of messing themselves over, because it's like, what are y'all doing? Slow it down. Where can I find Breaker? At your Targets. So let me see if I can find a picture real fast, because that is something. I mean, it is just like he's all over, and so many people are just, their stores are packed to the gills with Breaker figures. And it's probably another one of those deals where it's like, well, if your area doesn't have it, but here is one photo for you. Let me see, because this is probably not going to work. Pull this out really fast for you so you can see that. But yeah, it's there. He does not seem like he's going to be hard to find, much like I assumed, but in my impatience, I was like, I got to get him right now. So this is a store relatively close in my area. I'm part of a Facebook group where we tell, hey, this is where everything is, which is good and bad, because it's like everyone sees it at the same time. So what is that? 5 breakers on the peg. And I've seen 5 on the peg, 2 or 3 on the peg. I don't think he's going to be hard to find. I just think he's going to be really tricky for their website to actually register. He's on in the store shelves. Tom Finn got Storm Collectible Street Fighter 6 Luke for 20% off last week on one of, yeah, it's a good deal for him. I wish I cared at all about Luke. That Luke. Yeah, the last WrestleMania, yeah, it wasn't my favorite, especially after last year, which was great. Do you open your boxes, Wookiee Sasquatch? I do, but I decided to raise a fit and have a temper tantrum on Walmart anyway. King Collector, yeah. If you can only get one, get the Storm Arena. Yeah, sorry, Jada. You're run on top with short like leprechauns. As a smash so-called willies, thugs, and rapadons. Talking about SummerSlam, did you guys like WWE Unreal? I did. Like the Macho Man. Oh yeah. Hank Dad didn't watch it. I feel like they pulled the curtain back too much anyway, and I don't know if I want to see their very carefully cultured and manufactured drama behind the scenes, because I think if there was anything really cool, we wouldn't see it. David Thanos. JJ, maybe that Triple H in that 3-pack with Miz and Truth. Does he have a tie? Because I was wondering, and I'm not getting a 3-pack. I need to figure out if there's like a good elite suit body. I feel like maybe one of his builder figures might work. I wonder if maybe this one, the Steven Regal one, might work, because he shouldn't be a slender one like most of the suit bodies. Then Doom, I think I'm going with the Storm Arena Sagat. I too am keeping my Jada Street Fighter line. I'm going to blend them together. Nice. Hustle SM, 500 strong. Congratulations, Mr. Lyles. Thank you, my friend. It's pretty solid, man. It's fun knowing I've got something to do, hanging out with some really cool people, talking about figures. So it definitely makes my day every time I get to interact with y'all. Lawson, Jeff, are you telling me you're experiencing thunderstorms? What are the chances? 100% this summer. We get them almost every other day in North Kakalaki. Dude, this summer has been wild. Between the migraines, the thunderstorms, it has been like, I cannot wait for the fall. That's my favorite time of year anyway, but all about the villains. I need to find Thanos style like Tupac, and McFarlane the question. That might be tricky to find nowadays. It's a nice figure. Jibrew's niece, officially on her way to becoming a metalhead. Sure, like Metallica. Now she's into Ozzy. Cool. Buff 88. Hey, Jeffrey. Loving G.I. Joe. Best figures. Cobra Viper Retro is awesome. Yeah, I need to get some of those Viper Retros because I never liked that one, the original one. I got 4 and I was like, what are you doing? You don't even like this figure. It's just too bulky. So I'm hoping the new one is better. And I like the classic look to the Viper anyway. What's up, Brian? There's no such thing as being late here. Whenever you arrive, you're always welcome. Glad to see you, my friend. Man, I am hoping we see an NWO buff because that to me, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting American males. So we get a Scotty Riggs, American males. But I absolutely need a buff is the stuff, and the girls can't get enough. And while I'm at it with my NWO wish list, I also need a Scott Norton so I can get Vicious and Delicious. Man, I love those guys because I feel like the NWO people always go, oh, they added too many people, but they were really close to having the perfect roster and not needing to add any more. They probably did not need Michael Wall Street and Big Bubba, but they absolutely needed Norton and Buff because Buff took off tremendously from that. He was one of the few that really got over from being in the NWO. And I think if they kept Giant around right until they're ready to turn Macho Man, I think that would have made a nice dynamic because Macho Man joining the NWO was great. He was awesome in that role. But I like the idea of the NWO having the 2 biggest bullies in the promotion and Nash and the Giant, because they didn't need to have 80 people because they had those 2 dudes. So rebooking NWO. What else can I do? Sting should have whooped Hogan in 5 minutes. Maurice, been hearing a lot of people complain about their Madame Mass 2-packs coming without packaging and a shipping label slapped on the box window. That is crazy. So what did you put them in? An envelope? The box is man, that is crazy. Andre, what's up, Andre? I heard GameStop no longer will be carrying the Tom McFarlane Marvel statue line. I didn't even know they were carrying them in the first place. That's crazy. Oh, gotta take a pause for the cause. Got a new member, Doom Customs. What's up, my friend? Congratulations on becoming a member. This is awesome. We are adding to the ranks of the membership, the VIP membership, every episode. So thank you so much for signing on. And look for some exclusive content soon. I might be working on some over the weekend. Let's see. There we go. Almost caught up. Robert, I got my crossbones and Madame Mass and they put in a box, and I'm sure I got that privilege. Seriously, Robert, you're one of the lucky ones. Aaron, be glad Walmart didn't ship your Great Muta. It was, dude, I don't know what the deal is with the bag, which came completely crushed and retaped on both ends like it had been opened and returned. Refund. So did you return it or just get your money for it like I did with Albert? Because I was like, what is this foolishness? And actually, I was looking at this great Lawler. This Jerry the King Lawler, his packaging is a little janked up too. I mean, again, it's cool because I opened my figures, but I don't know what they were doing with that. It was like, I saw it, was like, this figure is great. Now I need a test and a new Trish Stratus to have my whole TNA crew. CyberX Shogun. Hey, Jeff, did you spot the Sunday night tease at the Marvel Legends booth? Did I ever? It's pretty cool. That was one of my regrets when I was doing my early purge of Marvel Toy Biz figures. And I was like, I don't know if I made the right call here with that plan. Pull it up. Toy Arc did have a nice, cool picture of him. And I don't even need to go any further. Don't look any further. Bam, there's Dupe. He is here. And how cool is that? And apparently, if rumors are to be believed and those art renders we saw from Avengers Doomsday, we might be seeing him in the MCU soon. So very cool. And that'll be nice. Apparently the rumor is he's going to be included with the Maximum Series Deadpool, which would be the way for me to get a Maximum Series Deadpool. What up, Ski Raider? How are you, my friend? Man, your Dragon Man is arriving tomorrow? That's sweet. 4 days ago. What? Ski Raider. 1 p.m. for premium members. 2 for normies. Yinzer Toy Guy. What's up? Got charged for Dragon Man, but no shipping yet. I am right in the boat next to you. And I'm like, everybody else is getting Dragon Man coming in, landing tomorrow. I'm just like, I'll just sit here chilling. Ski Raider, happy 500. Indy 500. Wu Tang is in the house. Just go to Hasbro Pulse. Oh, and I'll do the 24 timer countdown for you as well. I actually had this one bookmarked and ready for the show tonight. Hey, yay, me being prepared. So you can see they've got them right here, and up here it's Cold Slither. There's everything, including the Kenner Classics Real Ghostbusters Ecto 1. G-Brew, you grabbing this? But yeah, here's everything that is going to be in the mist tomorrow. So get ready, have everything, get ready to dodge out of that work meeting for a few moments right around 12:58. Ryan Daly also got Dragon Man shipping. Breaker's supposed to arrive next Wednesday. Target must be shipping him, but Target can be real slow with that sometimes. I've noticed that. Lawson, I pre-ordered Deathstroke, Mirror Master, and Metron. Nice. Yeah, those are going to be really fun. People are really struggling hard, and it's making me madder, Hank Day, for that mooted chase. I do Wookiee Sasquatch. They're always quick to go, hey, your order is processing. I found Footloose at Target, whenever they had that line in for the one time. And right then Hasbro was like, hey, we got your Footloose in. It's like, sorry, too late. But yeah, they do send those emails out to me. King Collector. Oh man, you got that Jerry the King Lawler figure. I have the Hall of Fame Elite version with the goatee, but I'm always looking for a new King figure. I think he was still available last time I checked over on their website. Now they're gonna do their ridiculous. Hey, did you know you can be part of our Walmart fam? Let's see here. Is he there? So I see Albert is still here. And yes. So right this moment. And I'm not even, I need to cancel my wasted time pre-order for that Brian Pillman because I know he's not going to actually get there to me. But Albert is there. You can get him right now. And so is this Jerry the King Lawler, $24.78. And a little bit cheaper than the $24.99. But of course, who the heck knows how he's going to ship. I do have this Razor Ramon just because I always like that yellow. Thought it was really cool. And I was planning to use this mold for a Big Bubba NWO member, because I had no interest in Dusty Rhodes as an NWO member. That was when it was getting ridiculous. Like, why is the Dream a member of the NWO? It makes no sense. I didn't realize they had 4. I thought they had like 2, but that's good to know. Is your stuff, did you have it like caught by your spam filter by any chance? Lawson, I ordered Mezco Spider-Man from Big Bad on Tuesday. I hope to get that Mezco Hulk. I already have the Mezco Fantastic Four. Pretty solid. Future shelf arrangement will include Mezco Hulk versus Thing. Absolutely. Got to do that. Ski Raider, hopefully it's pre-order. Exactly. I'm hoping they're all pre-orders. Yes. David Thanos, Missing Mixmaster and Scavenger, which I pre-ordered with the Studio Series Megatron. I wonder what's taking them so long. Passing on the Snowcat. You're not the only one. Ski Raider, I hate the double HasLab. Sabotage. It is dumb. Yeah. I felt like they were better with that earlier, where they might start a new HasLab the day after another one wraps up. And it's just like, why are y'all doing this at the same time? Like, you had the whole first half of the year with no HasLabs. Why not do it then? Nope, haven't opened up the Rattler yet. It does take a little bit of time because you have to open it and get that. I can't believe all of this is in this box. So it'd be really fun to do that. Lawson, Snowcat will fun. I'm certain of that. Not certain about the tiers, but I think we might possibly get Lady J if we get booming on it. I'm wondering if hopefully it's like 5 days and Lady J funds, because I feel like with that little push, the other two will fund. Because I feel like once people start seeing a little momentum, oh, we got one tier, let's get the other one. So I hope that's what will happen. Yender Toy Guy saw 3 Psylocke and Thanos in store on Tuesday. There we go. So the initial hysteria and panic seems to have subsided. That's great for all of us. Blake, last week, Lawson hooked me up with Cyborg Superman, and I met up with David Thanos, the Miami connection. And he hooked me up with Breaker and Psylocke and the other figure. I know how vain, he had to give you a figure of himself too, right? They are doing another pre-order for Cold Slither. The pre-order. It's pretty cool for the price. They would be almost like they would be almost that much individually boxed, especially with the drum set, and it has a nice packaging. Yeah, I feel like they always do a great job so far with every, except for Chuckles. I was like, oh, come on. But every like other special edition figure has some really cool packaging. Jalen, huge week. I found Psylocke and Thanos, Elite Modern Muda, Breaker, Footloose, Blowtorch, all at Target. Got the creepy Page Punchers Brainiac, Spin Master Movie Hawk Girl, Gears, Multiverse Superman Robot. By the way, Todd, get a Hawk Girl and Engineer into the Superman movie line. Come on. Ling Jing Gypsy Danger, and thanks to a tip from Jeffrey Lyles, the Road Warriors. Cool. Which Road Warriors did you end up getting? Why keep the box? I picked up only a few this week. Marvel Legends, Madam Mask, Crossbones, Dracula's at Ross, and so is a No Way Home Sandman. At Ross? I haven't seen anything there. Lawson, I really want that Shayna figure, and I like that Sauron. I've never been a fan of the Jim Lee Rogue. Dolly Parton wants her accent back, sugar. See you later. Fund all tiers. Joshua, the Rattler is amazing, but Ultra Magnus is my guy. Yeah, I got that, what it was, the Kingdom version. And then I saw the studio series, like, I cannot believe I'm going to have to do this double dip, but it's worth it. I also had 2 claws coming on Friday, but that's last week, so it doesn't count. You want to count it? I won't say anything. The claw it's one of the iconic G.I. Joe vehicles. I made the mistake as I was getting my review for the claw together of putting in my Blu-ray of G.I. Joe the movie just so I could watch the beginning one time. Ha 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 ha. I feel like I've watched that beginning 150 times. That's probably a really low estimate because that thing is amazing. And the Cobra Claw is just like all featured through it. Cobra Commander's taking it when he's placing a bomb, and he's just like walking off, running with the Cobra Claw on his back as they start firing. It is so well done. It's so intricate with all this stuff. My favorite part, of course, is Snake Eyes getting on top of the trouble bubble, flipping out the Cobra Viper, and then getting into it. It's like they did not appreciate Snake Eyes enough in that cartoon series, but that was like, hey, for all you comic book fans of cool kicktail ninja Snake Eyes, this one's for you. And so cool. What's up, Pixelated Poses? Sup, all? Hall, Jada, Comic-Con figures, nice. Which one did you like more? Breaker, Cobra Claw, Studio Series Galvatron, hoping to get Savage Land 3-pack tomorrow. Hopefully all of us who are looking for this stuff can get them with no problem. I don't want to have to do a video. They failed me for the last time. Gosh, that's gonna be so sad if that happens. Ryan Daly, I heard someone say that Hasbro closed Pulse Asia early this year. Wow. So the entire Asian market either can't get it, will have to go through other vendor sources. That is wild. Why would they shut that down? That could mean there are lots of backers that haven't been tallied yet. Or it could mean Hasbro shot themselves in the foot for the umpteenth time. Dope. I guess there's more of the sideshow, Bob. Not another 20-second window. We'll be okay tomorrow. Robert, I also got my RC Road Warriors finally. Vintage Collection, X-Wing, a Marvel 2-in-1 trade. Nice. Cheap deal on Marvel Legends Hydro Man, Retaliation, Alley Viper. Very cool. I love those Retaliation figures. How much did you have to pay for a Hydro Man? Working 9 to 5. Maurice, Pulse always gives me crap. My phone number. No idea why. I don't know either. You might want to put in your address differently because I've noticed they, for whatever reason, have like 8 addresses for me, and there's one that doesn't trigger that phone thing, because I'll pick one which is the legit address, and they keep adding different things to it. I'm like, all right, fine. If this is the one you want to use, it's fine, but for whatever, it works. I haven't had that phone number trip up unless I go to one of those that's not the one that they always try to recommend. So maybe try that. Joshua, congratulations on 500. Here's the 500 more. Thank you, sir. By the way, this is just water in case y'all were curious. The Snowcat, the Snowcat's the same price as the Rattler. And we're getting a playset in there. And I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like there's been a lot of blowback on the Snowcat as opposed to the Rattler. Now, the Dragonfly was cheaper than the Hiss. And I think that was an interesting move because people were like, oh, great. These prices are variable. But I feel like the Rattler, I don't look at that thing and go, it wasn't worth the money. And I'm definitely not going to feel like that when I have my Snowcat in the collection. So I don't know. I wonder if this is going to be one of those deals where a lot of people are going to pass and then go, oh man, I should have bought it, and then end up paying some dumb amount of money for it later because people are like, you can have my Snowcat for $600. What's up, Maurice Barlow? Yo, Joe, and may the force be with you. Republic Commandos rock. Yeah, they do. Lawson. Jeffrey, I can't think of another time here when there's been so many excellent action figures coming out all at once. Good time to be a figure collector. Probably the super rose-colored nostalgia glasses when we had the early editions, Star Wars, G.I. Joe Real American Hero, Transformers, He-Man, GoBots. What else was I getting? The Rambo figures from the cartoon, the A-Team figures, Mask, because that's one that I'm not collecting now. Thundercats, Silver, that's 10. And then, of course, the LJN / Hasbro. I feel like this time is awesome. I feel like this is that time when we were little kids. Now that we're adults. But I definitely feel like that old time was awesome too. But this is like, excuse me, those versions of those figures that we wanted as children. Now we're getting them as adults. So it's awesome. Of course, I forgot superpowers too. And Secret Wars. Jamelin. And while I'm happy to say my Cobra Air Force grew by 2 claws today, unfortunately, my Rattler that was delivered yesterday, still missing action. Are they serious with that? That's lame. I just read one of the channel members mentioned that he had what was his pack he was waiting on? It was something that he was waiting on. It was lost in limbo for a minute. And 2 weeks later, it did arrive. So hopefully it's not 2 weeks before you get yours. Cause yeah, that's really, really, really lame. What did FedEx say about that? What are they trying to do on there? Curator, fast Jeffrey. The fandom's interests vary and aren't just one thing. Spread the HasLabs out. Right. Because we're not in our silos of I only collect Star Wars, only collect G.I. Joe, Transformers, Marvel Legends, etc. It's like, listen, y'all may need to boost these numbers. I get it. They're trying to get those second half of the numbers so the shareholders are like, oh, look what Hasbro's doing. I need to buy another yacht with my stock offerings. But the deal is the collectors will keep this thing rolling. You just have to stagger the stuff out. You don't have to push for big second or fourth quarter big, oh man, here's where all the profit come in. If you just spread it out, we're flexible. We'll pay for stuff in January, August, September, June, May, March, whatever. It just doesn't need to be all at once. Yo, Joe C, 2 HasLabs, Mattel crowdfund right after San Diego. Yeah, bad timing. Plus, McFarlane Batmobile crowdfund. How is that doing all about the villains? King Collector. So you all are getting notifications about Dragon Man, and that was today. The only U.S. retailer. Yes, but you're right, Rick Cage. Yeah, I feel like the rush on breaker figures has ended. And of course, the website is still saying, we don't know what you're talking about. These are not around anywhere. Joshua, Collectibles has breaker retail. Ships from Canada, though. How does something from Canada move now with these tariffs? Is the shipping insane or what? David Thanos, is Breaker going to be the new Professor X peg warmer? Probably not. Like G.I. Joes don't seem to sit around at the pegs in my stores very long. Like they'll be there for like a week or two, but Professor X was everywhere and has not gone. Well, now he's moved because I think he's been clearance down to $12. We'll see what happens with Jean Grey. If she does, I'm going to buy another one, just like I have the cowl helmet head permanently on her. Joshua, we don't have Target in Canada, and it seems like the Toys R Us deal is no longer the replacement. What's going on with Toys R Us up there? Do I need to hurry up and make my field trip to Canada just so I can get one more luxurious Toys R Us trip before I'm out of here? Ben Doom, my Dragon Man order says processing. They took the money though. Same. Wookiee Sasquatch, I open them, but I keep them, line them up on the shelf. So I like the boxes mint. Yeah, I've only had like a few like that, but boy, it's hard work trying to reconstruct those boxes so they can sit up there. Jalen has an escalated claim in on the Rattler. I'm gonna keep, yeah, you need to, because that's not good. Doom Customs, new member. Congratulations, Jeff. Still one of the best channels on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. It was awesome running into you, by the way, at Toy Expo. Stars in NC and DMV have been crazy. Think like the Thanos, I agree about Breaker. That one might be a clearance item. Play the long game on that one. Yeah. Well, see, the only thing is he's not showing up on the website, which is tricky. G-Brew, all the packaging for my figures goes straight into the recycling bin where it belongs. If you don't care about the packaging, sure. Michael Solis, it's been hot all day and thunders all night long. Man, it sounds like an album title. Hank Day, Jeffrey and Lawson, you guys need to send me some monsoons to Arizona. This heat is whack. What is it out there? Harry G, hey Jeff, you didn't pick up the DC Multiverse Wildcat Iron Man Damage and Starman for your JSA. I know you had issues with Iron Man. Let me see. You should. Oh, I see. So Wildcat is kind of messed up with the light, but he's right next to Dr. Fate. Damn it. He's right behind Star. He's right behind Hawkgirl. And Our Man I haven't reviewed yet. Starman is right behind Superman, in between Huntress and him. So I have all three. Our Man is here. I waited till he was so cheap because he's going to need some work, and I needed to get him as cheap as possible to offset some of those costs. I did not get that Connor Hawk Green Arrow though, because his scale is just like, this is wrong. His skin tone was not right, but I figured that was an easy one. But him being as tall as Superman was just throwing me off. Lawson, Jeffrey the Storms have been reaping havoc on my sinuses this summer. I'm visiting Walgreens for meds every few weeks. Yes, because this morning I woke up, my headache was like, what is happening? I was like, sheesh. And normally I can just rinse some cold water and that'll flush it out. I had to dunk my head in the bath water for this because it was terrible. David Thanos, we also need NWO Stevie Ray, that fruit booty, and Brian Adams. Yeah, well, yeah, now they got him back to the license. I do want to get a Brian Adams because I didn't mind the misadventures of the NWO B Squad. When I was reviewing Thunder, they kept things really funny and interesting. So I wouldn't mind having Stevie Ray, Vince, Horace Hogan, Brian Adams. Who else was on that squad? And Scott Norton, who I definitely need. So yeah, I'd be down for those guys. Doom Customs. Welcome, Doom Customs. Jibber. Whoa, crazy weather. Almost as if the climate is changing. It can't be right. It can't. That doesn't even exist. Try putting saline solution up there. Up in here. Man, I what am I taking out? Flonase? Which reminds me, I'm not taking it. But it messes up my nose for a second, which is why I'm not taking it on air. What's up, William Rodriguez? How you doing, my friend? Boston, it seems like you must have, because not everybody's getting that. Brian P. Doom custom joins. We're all doomed. Doomed! Ski Rider. Puppies! Had to when you held up King Jeffrey. So yes. So I got this guy cheaper than the sticker price. I got a price match. So very fitting that you mentioned him. It's time for everybody to come aboard the Walmart let you keep yours too. Awesome. So I wonder if they're having a lot of problems with people doing that. And how long did it take you to get through to somebody actually talk to it? Because man, the chat just froze up on me like, what's happening? And then I had to fight the robo setup for it. I just had to keep pressing buttons because I was like, I just need to talk to somebody. And I'm like, do you want a refund? Do you want to replace? Stop it. Let me talk to a person, please. And then when I did that, it was really easy, but it was some effort. Maximum effort, Deadpool. Hopefully so. Maurice, speaking of WWE, Spider the Nerd Zoic has a transparent John Cena in stock. Going to pick him up at some point. You might want to hurry because I think that's really in demand. Lefty, Mafex is launching the Justice League line as well. First figure on it. Yes. Yeah. We talked about it earlier. Jamlin, guys always reach out and complain when Amazon sends you janky collectibles. It can be a hassle, but I always let them know when my books or figures arrive roughed up. They usually make it right. Absolutely. Because I do not believe in that. Like, oh, I'll just take it. Nope. Make them pay for it. And with Walmart, I don't trust them to send it back in a box and get it pristine and right, but they're going to pay for it one way or the other. David Thanos, there's an option Amazon that says something about save on boxes. Yeah, oh, really? That's interesting. Nah, y'all are going to charge for shipping unless I hit a $35 threshold. Nah, I want y'all to do it right. Lawson, Jeff, David Thanos must be the devil. Who told you? Oh, you were kidding. He showed me a Greg the Hammer Valentine figure, and now I want to get him so bad. He just pops up on one shoulder like an imp. You want this figure. But Greg the Hammer Valentine, which one? The Rhythm and Blues one? Because that one is the proper size for the hammer, and you just plop the blonde head on him because that's what you should do. And hopefully they'll make an ultimate edition of him because I mean he was a fixture. And I love to get a Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine Coliseum Collection 2-pack because we got our dream team. Dream team explodes into a nightmare. But yeah, that'd be a great 2-pack. CyberX Shogun. Here's hoping they knock it out the ballpark. Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out. There's a lot they can do with a Maximum Series Deadpool. Yeah. And they don't have to worry about weapons restrictions either. So they should go nuts. Brian P. Anyone pre-ordering these Marvel Legends Magic the Gathering figures? How many are keeping the card and how many are selling? I think if you're selling, you need to do it quickly because I feel like a lot of Marvel Legends collectors are going to be doing that. I'm definitely in for Wolfman, and Wolfman. How old are you? Man Wolf. He's going to be $40 though, so I'm not going to take that plunge with all of them, at least right away. But he does look cool, and I think they put a lot of work into that figure, and I know they can't reuse most of it, so I'm like, I feel like when they do that kind of effort, I'm like, all right, good job. Here you go. Here's the money. I'm not waiting on a discount. Great job. The rest, and I'm not getting that Iron Spider Mary Jane figure. Oh, you're not getting it. Okay. That Obi-Wan Anakin set is cool, but 109. Yeah, I mean, I want to be like, yes, this is ridiculous and insane, but yeah, it's just terrible because they know they've got me on that one. John Morrissey, what's up, man? A smile on my face. Thanks for everything, Jeffrey. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Everybody coming through and hanging out. It's pretty fun. All about the villains. Can't wait to get the Batman and Metron's chairs death metal version soon. That's a pretty cool variant. I think that one is a really interesting way to go for them. King Ledger. I think I need to contact Pulse because mine does say processing, but I haven't been charged yet. How long ago did you start seeing that? Because mine was, I want to say it was Saturday or something. Kite Man is coming next week. Nice. Oh, really? I thought Kenner would have done that. Very interesting. Jalen, I once got 3 books shipped in the same box as a bottle. Oh, boo. That was terrible. Man, I can't believe they would have shipped it that way. That's crazy. NWO, if you will, in public. Yeah, I mean, he was there were a lot of people that joined. I'm like, I wasn't a huge fan of Bischoff joining. Eventually kind of won me over. But I dug Ted DiBiase as the manager of the NWO. He fit. He was an ex-WWF guy. And he was just cool. Eric had to work so hard and eventually became the sniveling, annoying guy that made sense. The suck up next to Hogan. Like he didn't realize. But man, DiBiase was so cool. Those initial promos. We got a boss with us. Ted DiBiase. He's just chilling there. It's his belt. It's great stuff. Joshua, I had a year to make room for the Dragonfly. Didn't do it. I had a year to make room for the Rattler. Didn't do it. But hey, I have a year to make room for the Snowcat. Yeah, that was my thing. When I got the Rattler, it's like, oh, it's time to clear off this shelf space. And it was worth it though, because that thing is so cool. That's one I'm just really like the Dragonfly. Every time I look at it, like, that's really fun. And then I'll have the Rattler going against. It's like, this is so cool. And it really makes me feel like the classified series line is just hitting all those marks that you buy action figures for, right? It's like this is so cool to have these really great 6-inch scale versions of these figures and vehicles in a display space where you can really just look at them and like, that's why I do this thing. That's why I'm working all these late hours at work, because it's awesome. All right, Henry G. Here we go. Pick us this week. Walmart, Monday Night Wars, Hollywood Hogan, Muda, Albert the King, Mattermask, Crossbones, Masterverse, Vintage Faker, Black Series, New Hope, Han and Chewie, Transformers, DevCon, Target, Perceptor, Gamerverse, Black Cat Con, Nacho, Rattler, as mentioned earlier, Breaker, Evolution, 3-pack for $33. Very solid deal for them. Iron Factory, Drillhorn. What was your favorite of those? The Solid Thanos 2-pack has not been cited. Orlando's been dry. Hopefully it'll come soon, because my stores, apparently everyone that I'm not going to are getting them with no problem. Rick Cage this week got the Solid 2-pack. Nice. Medi Toys Imp, is that their version of Mr. Mixoplex? Multiverse, Golden Age Diana came in too. Nice. What do you think of her? Is she ridiculously tall like some of the pictures I saw? Henry G. Target Transformers Devastation 2-pack. Age of the Prime Skybolt, Fistatron, and Carnivac. It's been a week. Man, you have done solid damage on your hit list. You got some good figures coming in. Are you going to just open them up this weekend? Because that sounds like an awesome way to spend the weekend. Right, Robo. Jeff, what do you think about the new Mezco movie Superman? A little high, in my opinion, but I pre-ordered to have the 112 version of that Soups. I think I'm going to get the Hot Toys version, because the movie was like, this is amazing. And, when something's really cool like that, I kind of want to have a figure, deal for it. And I feel like they'll probably do more of them, probably at a slower rate than some of the other stuff, which means I can spread out my purchases of those. Well, let's take a look. Since you mentioned it, let's take a look at them. I think this head sculpt really does a good job. It looks like David Corn Sweat, and really, I've seen like a bunch of companies do their take on him. This one actually looks like him. I don't know about all the other head sculpts, but this head sculpt, really nice job. Maybe the hair isn't quite right, but I really think that likeness is great. So then we got some other ones, and these other ones, so great. Like, I don't know what's happening here. This looks like old man Superman. This one, slightly annoyed. They were gonna die, Lois. And this looks a little brutish for Superman, especially that Superman. Like, he didn't really hit this angry face when stuff was going on. Crypto looks cool, but it looks like he's a statue. They have a really good picture here, though, that I thought was awesome. Like, I don't remember him looking at me. That's cool. And then we got the other dog. I thought the dog was brown, but it's really fun that they actually mimic that shot from the movie. And too bad there was no squirrel. Yes, this is it. How cool is that? Like, that's really awesome. So, and then we got Bring It On, about to take you and use you to knock out the other one. So maybe Crypto does have some articulation, because it clearly has neck. Maybe some leg articulation too. But yeah, that definitely looks like he's got some leg articulation. But I think this is a pretty solid one. I just think I'm going to go for that Hot Toys version. Hopefully we'll see some more of those from them too. Lawson. Oh, I got Ultra Magnus Studio version this week too. Been quite a week. It has. King Collector. I'm still waiting for you to come back to love. But then to re-release that Chuckles and Serpentor. It's been so long, I'm wondering if I have to go the eBay route. Chuckles is a figure. I feel like he should be bigger. And some of that is because of the movie. So maybe they would do a retro version of him. I know we got Big Lob coming. The Chuckles is, he's got a lot of cool bonus stuff, but I feel like he could be better. He's one of the, like, gosh, he might be, maybe he's my least favorite Joe in the classified series line just because he's a little too small. Like Outback is bigger than him, which seems a little weird to me. And I know you don't need your undercover guy being a hulking mass, but he's a little underwhelming. And if you really want him, yeah, I'm not going to tell you which to do, but I think you might want to wait out on him because I don't think he's worth paying all those extra prices for him. Brian P. Super dumb question about the Comic-Con Savage Land set. I was surprised they're going to charge me immediately, unlike pre-orders. No dumb questions here, my friend. We're all trying to figure it out, but it looks like they're up for pre-order. So I think they will say pre-order. Yeah, like they're really clear with their pre-orders. So let's go back to Pulse. They will say pre-order, but let's go over here and let's see if they say anything. No, of course not. Let's just go to something else just so I can show how that would look. Let's say G.I. Joe's. Let's go to classified series since they were here first. So for their pre-orders, they will go pre-order up top. So we'll see that right away. And let's just go on to him. And I'll tell us real fast. The pre-order will be available to ship on approximately December 1st or October 1st or September 1st, whichever one comes first for us. But yeah, so it should show up really fast, and pre-order will be very clearly labeled. I mean, it's pre-order, 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 pre-order. They're not trying to confuse you. So that was the thing when I was looking at Cold Slither and was like, wait, I don't see anything that says pre-order. It said add to cart. So if it says that, then it'll ship right away. So hopefully, well, I'll just see like 5 pre-orders there. Maurice, only picked up some Funko, small Lego sets, and a Savage Land Professor X. Next week might be heavy with a pile of loot. Some other orders coming in. I'm hoping I can get them all in hand by next weekend. Nice. Also got the Magic Square Vortex. One more to go to finish their Bruticus. How is he looking so far? John Morrissey, a few weeks ago, I sent all my money to Bearded Skull Studios. Today, I received a beautiful 3D printed Cerebro. Fantastic Force bathtub, fantastic art, and Doom's Throne. Highly recommended. I want to see pictures, John. Those sound cool. Oh, yeah. And forgot about Vintage Collection, Luke's X-Wing. Should have seen Wifey's. Dude, I understand perfectly. It's like that. It's the walk of shame in reverse. You're walking in shame into the house. Like, don't look at these bags. Don't look at the package. It's just... Let's be honest. It's not the worst thing you see me bringing to the house. Lawson, how fast will that Multiverse Zatanna sell out when it's up for pre-order? My bet is very fast. Yet female variants don't sell. Well, curious that. I think she's $60. So she might not sell as well as some of these other ones. Some Tangeray in that mug? Nah. That would be... It'd be a totally different episode of Louse Figure Files here. Trust me, guys. It's just water. Sean says, Maurice, check your default settings. I had to update my phone with that OnePlus number for USA, and that fixed it for me. I think that's what the problem is. Jalen, Java went for the red pads unsanctioned set. Did you get them from Ringside, or are you good with your older set? Good with my older set. They're a little slight. But what do you think now that you have them in hand? Or yeah, I think they were available now. Because they look like they would fit in fine if you didn't have them. But if you had the original, especially the Legion of Doom set, because they fixed the problem with the Road Warriors where Animal had that little dainty waist. The Legion of Doom version had him with the larger torso that looked more like his physique. Hawk, they had right with the first one, but the animal one, way too small. Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. Let's get out of here. Lawson, Jeffrey, people passing on the Snowcat is bumming me out, but I think people are experiencing serious financial fatigue right now. I know I am. I don't know, man. I think sometimes people just like to gripe, like old girl from Alien. I like griping. And I think ultimately we'll see a lot of people, hopefully, finish this thing up and get everything funded. Michael Solis, it's a golden age of collecting. There's more sales than there is money. So true. Yeah, I don't think that Sideshow Collectibles model would be a bad thing at all. I feel like that is something where you could pay over time. That'd be great. Where you put down a third, half of it, and that secures your deposit, which people won't want to give up something they've already invested in. When you can cancel, but I also don't like the fact that you have to pay for everything right away. So I definitely think that would be something they could and should do. Joshua, I wonder if HasLabs would do better if each brand only had one every other year. So I think the Star Wars Vintage Collection, G.I. Joe, Transformers have enough of a fan base that they can keep doing something every year. But I agree. I think Marvel Legends taking a pause, not doing one, helped out with the Sentinels, which are basically a HasLab, because I feel like a lot of people didn't just get one. And then they got Dragon Man. We got Mephisto coming next year. So I think for them, this made to order model is actually better. And in the long run, they're making more money than they would have on just one HasLab. And I think there are not a lot of other figures that they could go reasonably charging people upwards of $250 to add to their collection. I mean, there's some, of course, but how many people would pay $250 for an Atlas figure or a Power Man 3? It's just, or Goliath, Black Goliath. I feel like those numbers would be diminished every time out. I think if you can give us like a 20-inch version of those guys, charge 150, 180, people will be all right with that. And their win, they don't have to worry about extra tiers. They can just sell the figure straight up and it still go through the process, take a year to make it happen. It works out. So I think that will work out well for them. But I think G.I. Joe's fan base, we'll see what happens after the Snowcat. I think them, Transformers, and the Vintage Collection fans they can keep going every year. Lawson says Hasbro made lots of mistakes releasing overlapping releases. They assume that we have unlimited funds, and that's just not true. Just makes us choose one or the other. Exactly. Yeah, it's just these companies only care about their quarterly stats, not long-term sustainability. Maurice, you're right. That's why, and it's that's the frustrating thing, because you see Hasbro, Mattel, etc. laying off people. Some of it is because the unwise way they do of setting up these numbers, where it's like, don't do that. The adult figure collecting community is solid. It's not a variable. You can rely on us to keep your stuff together. But if you're making us choose as prices increase, then it's going to be a thing of, well, I collect 5 lines from y'all, but then I'm going to go to 2. And, it's just keep it straight. Like, keep a price set. Keep $24.99 for 2-3 more years. Then go to 25. Don't go to 27. I mean, it's just, there are ways that they can keep this going. And we're not going anywhere. We're stuck in this thing for life. We ain't going nowhere. So understand that base is set. So we're done. We're gone. Until then, because this is the golden age for them too. And they don't need to try to squeeze us dry for everything all at once. You got another 10, 15, 20 years for most of us. Just let it ride out. The Super 7 figures peg warm because they're too expensive. They're $20. They're like the same price as the Classified series, basically. And it's just like, that's not at all what we're looking for here. Pixelated poses. If Gene drops the clearance prices, I'll get another one to paint red. Oh, they better. Absolutely better have that red version coming. And she has boot cuffs, so we need an accurate version of her. So not quite the simple repaint that you think. Joshua, Toys R Us was a replacement for Target exclusives in Canada. As far as I know, that exclusive deal is in it, and Toys R Us is doing fine. Great. Glad to hear that. King Collector bought a 3D printed Superion from Canada, and I ain't paying any tariffs. That's good to know. David Thanos, the only packaging I keep are the big rubber guys in case I want to get out of it, but now with LGN half the price, they're staying. Yeah. Nathan Williams, checking it from a bar again. Have some cheese, some mozzarella sticks for me, my friend. Lawson, I just ordered Jerry Lawler figure. Jeffrey and David Thanos, I'm blaming you both. It's a good looking figure, though. I mean, and that is classic Attitude Era Jerry the King Lawler. And Lawler is a fixture in wrestling. You got to have him. So I'll take the blame on that one. Henry G, I really don't get out to the stores to hunt, so most of my pickups are through pre-orders, which means I almost always pay full retail, miss out on the deals and sales. It can be tricky. Sometimes you can navigate the Target ones if they update their website where you can get the new stuff and you can pay for that stuff and it's all good. But yeah, when they do their sellouts, it does make that stuff very frustrating. Hank Day, look at that Godfather. Hauling ain't easy. Yes, that is so true. Lawson, Jeffrey, I was hoping to see the classic Falcon figure shown at Comic-Con. Was disappointed that he wasn't. I definitely understand that. I was hoping to see him as well, but there's still more time. It's not like that's the end of their reveals for the year. You showed them Legends one. Yeah, that robe is awesome. That's what I said. They need to make him a Coliseum version because the Hammer robe one had those really skinny chicken legs. It made no sense for the Hammer. And I mean, it takes 40 minutes to get it going. So I'm hoping we get like the big barrel chest version for the Coliseum collection, the robe, maybe a t-shirt, and I don't know, maybe they could have a little fun with the Brutus Beefcake. Give him the short hair for the Dream Team, then give him the increasingly larger hair sculpts for his barber face. I saw that, Ryan. I was like, he's $1 more, but put him in my pile of loot and call it a day. I'm gonna wait for Hasbro on this one since they said it's gonna take longer, and I've got other figure priorities right now. Robert, $40 is a bit much for those Magikarp figures. I'm gonna pass. Yeah. Really? Where did you order Heavy Duty from? That you're still waiting on them, Andrew? I hope I said that right. I did see they're going to do Tron figures. I have no idea what they're going to look like, so I can't get excited yet. And I need to see the movie before I get excited too. His legs are definitely off. I would definitely get the Legends one and put the blonde hair, or just paint the hair blonde, because that one, the Rhythm and Blues one, perfect Hammer figure. Vendum, I had to pre-order the Super Friends Wave 2 today. Hoping McFarlane comes out with the Legion of Doom playset. That would be awesome. See CyberX. Yeah, I had to stay away from movie figures from the MCU. They were starting to get big, and I was running out of shelf space for them. Dog Avenger, feel that way about Mercy. Seems too small. Feel like he's bigger in the show. They definitely framed them bigger. Leatherneck needs a retro do-over bad just to make him bigger, because he's one I feel like is too small too. But he's certainly not like a bad figure. Savage Land Pack has this on the page. Come see our booth at Comic-Con or come back on a first and pre-order yours. Yeah, so seems like we'll be okay. Get yours. Hopefully that's, oh yeah, I see the difference there. Oh. Brian Daly. Happy 500, Jeff. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my man. Love to you on the Lost Figure Files crew. Have a good weekend, everybody. You too. How's it 10 o'clock already? It's about time we got to do this giveaway. I have been talking too long. Jamie, I think the Road Warrior set is pretty decent. They aren't huge, but there's only one part of their bodies that they work for me. Yeah. They're too small, aren't they? I thought so. I wish Classified would use the build to order model for vehicles or what? I think they're doing too well to change up right now. Yeah, he was a little bit more than he should have been because he didn't have enough to make that worthwhile. Hank Day, that's true, Jeffrey. We ain't going nowhere. Plus, we're the last generation of toy collectors. Yeah, exactly. Pizzle poses the idea of unlimited growth quarter over quarter is a lie. I think we're also asked to pay for movies and cartoons that don't work out. Yes, it's like stop doing this dumb stuff. You got it. That's exactly. David Thanos was still waiting for a Lawler and Kaufman 2-pack. It was on my wish list. I think the Jax one could work. Here, Jay, I want to paint boots on X Factor Gene, but I've never attempted any customizing. Any tips or tutorials, or better yet, anyone way more skilled than me interested? Ask Lawson. He might be able to help you out. No, I was talking about the Tron Ares film. I've definitely seen Tron and Tron Legacy, which I really enjoy. That would be a wild one. Power Lords. Those figures are wild. Rayson, what's going on? Jade uploaded their panel on YouTube. Seems Resident Evil figures have a higher chance now. I have to check that out after this one. Oh, FedEx, what did they say? We found it. Energy, Jeff, need your expert opinion. Should I pre-order the Piper's Pit set from Target or play the waiting game? Piper's Pit, that's my error. Target always has sales, and they always put this stuff on wrestling stuff on clearance. Excuse me. I think there's been anything from Target that I haven't been able to get for a cheaper price than the normal one. So I would wait. The rally's supposed to be delivered tomorrow. Awesome. Richard Robo. Okay, Figure File Screw to help Jeff celebrate his 500th episode. I thought it's time to give him something back since he always facilitates giveaways for us. So, in honor of his favorite toy line, I want to donate a San Diego Comic Con Cold Slither set for him. Thank you. On behalf of us at the Figure File Screw. Here's a catch. We all need to write the lyrics to Cold Slither. So he can sing this song. I'll kick it off. We're Cold Slither, you'll be joining us soon. A band of vipers playing our tune. Now, the next part I'm kind of shaky on. Forgot. It's been a minute. The location I chose to pick it up from didn't have room to store it, but I don't know why the driver marked it as delivered and why it took over 24 hours for them to let me know what it was. That's crazy. I'm glad they hit you back up, though. Retro Robo for the big win, right? With an iron fist and a reptile hiss. We should. All right. Speaking of giveaways, it's time. It's time. What's up, Crummy? How you doing? We're tired of words. We've heard it before. We're not gonna play the game no more. Those is awesome. And then the average Joe band. Was it Footloose, Duke, Rock and Roll, Cover Girl, and Scarlet and Lady J, of course. Who's the other ones? Jeff, you do requests. Can you sing some Misfits in Hawaii? What? Oh, man. I have to listen. That one's been a second. Jeff, what's up? Another Jeff in the house. If the snowcap funds but doesn't unlock any tiers, how would you feel about Hasbro giving backers the chance to buy the tiers for an additional charge? So I don't think they should do that because they've already factored that price into all their HasLabs, the tiers. If that was to be the case, I think it would be interesting because I think the playset they could just pawn off and do regular, but I think they should offer the chance for us to get the Flint figure thrown in there since he's a figure. Yeah. Joes are fat. Cobra is rad, and Zarzan is pretty good dad. All right. You may not have been on when I was telling you I was going to do that tomorrow, but I'm going to do it tomorrow for you. All right, so let's do our giveaway now. Let me get, oops, needed this first. And giveaway 2, open a new window. There we go. And just as a reminder, here is what is going up for stakes tonight. Here's the giveaway. I can show you right here. There we go. All right. So this is what is up for, there we go, our giveaway. It is a set of Iron Grenadiers. So you've got my leader of the crew right now, Darklon, 3 Iron Grenadiers, 2 Iron Grenadier bats, and Metalhead. So you've got a full squad to battle your Joes. Are you serious, Jaylen Brown? That's crazy. What is going on in the NW and the NBA? What in the world? How did that happen? Boy, oh boy. Wild stuff. And AD lists his mansion in LA for $39.9 million. Ha! Good luck. Should Hasbro do an X-Men? I feel like that could be a playset they could make to order, but I don't think it should be HasLab because it's just you don't see all the cool stuff associated with it. Blake wins. That's amazing. Whoa, fire. Iron Grenadiers. Wow, sweet. That's a wicked, it's a crazy set. Austin leaves in 3 first-round picks. Yeah, I think that's a solid. Wow. What is going on with the Celtics? That's crazy. Yeah, that's the kind of deal I'd do all day. That is nuts. How in the world? He's like, hey, you want Austin Reeves or do you want Jaylen Brown? We'll take Jaylen Brown, thanks. Wow, that's nuts. Crazy stuff. All right, let's see here. It's time to do this thing. So again, this is what you're gonna go in for. Now let's get that window going. And what should I make the hashtag? I shouldn't do Blake wins just in case he does win. Let's do this one. All right, so here is, oops. There we go. Back to this window. Stop this screen. Now you are going to put in this one. Hashtag Destro. So let me do this. Now I can see. Great. All right. Oops. Didn't mean to do it that way. Hashtag Destro. Just put that in the chat and now you're in. I just saw it on Facebook and you know that it really is a happy 500. Facebook never lies. They're always right on point with that stuff. Christopher Bowes, what's going on? Hello, Jeffrey. Sorry I'm late. It's all good, my friend. Did you manage to order a Cold Slither in the 12-second window? It was actually 22, but no, I didn't. But you'll be hearing me sing Cold Slither soon, though. Good luck, everyone. Absolutely. Y'all are good sports. Like 1201, but yeah, it's so fast. All right, let's see. Let's do another minute on our Iron Grenadier set. And then I'll wind this bad boy down. You're planning to steal all the luck. All right, let's see how many people are in here now for it. 21. Wow, that's a big one. Good luck to me. All right, let's see here. Let's do 30 more seconds. And then we'll see who's going to come away with this set. Mm-hmm. All right. Got Cold Slither on 3 tablets. Oh, that's right. That's right, David Thanos. You're absolutely right. We all win every week. Yes. If Blake Tarpley gets it, it's rigged. Cheating to win, Eddie. I'm cheating to win. Let me go back to my David Thanos. Can you do me a favor and hit me up? Oh, nope. Can you do me a favor? I'm trying to remember what it was. Because you did. And okay. Yes, there we go. I found it again. I just need to see if I need to send it to myself, which I think I do. All right, let's do this. So we're gonna have 2 giveaways because I forgot. We have multiples today. So the first one is Iron Grenadier set, and then one more. And all right. No, we're breaking all the rules here today. If Lawson wins, it's a future giveaway. Speaking of Eddie, the Whoopi Goldberg film of the same name from 1994 is a guilty pleasure. First of all, you got to come through on Movie Files, chat about all that kind of stuff too with us. All right, let's see. Where did you go? We're about to not get anymore. All right, let's see. Here it is. I download you and get that ready for giveaway number 2. All right. So now that was plenty of time. There's 24 entries, and now it's time to see who is going to win this one. Oh, let me do it so I can see while I'm talking. There we go. All right. So let's do it right now. Doc Vendor, I do still do fantasy football. We're going to do a draft here. We're going to do a live one closer to the season starting. That was going to be on play. Congratulations, Rick Cage. You are the winner of our Iron Grenadier set of figures. So, do me this solid. I'll do is there you go. Email me at loudmoviefiles@gmail.com and send me your address, and I'll send it away so that our channel member can send you the set. Congratulations. Such great sports. It was so close. No. Oh, the humanity. All right. Corona stand for this. Congratulations, man. All right, let's see here. Oh, absolutely. I love that episode. The Viper is coming. Yes. That wheel is crazy. It's so it does. It's like it's such a tease. Okay, yes, two chose are bad luck. All right. Now we have a second giveaway, and I could just do this that way. So for this one, Now, think very carefully before you enter into this one, because this one is going to require a little something from you. If you want in, you will pay the shipping for this one. So our VIP members have been very, very gracious in paying the shipping costs for these. It's like we do this so often and they do it so often, and these are not cheap. So what we're going to do, show you what's up at stake here first, and then you can put it in the chat here. All right, so this is what's up for this one. There we go. I can get this Super Friends Red Batman and the platinum version of Batman. So you can see here in that super cool platinum. McFarlane would be happy with me saying something super cool. There you go. So for this one, why don't we just keep it simple? Why don't we keep it easy? To enter into this one, all you need to do, even though it's totally against the rules, just put in, actually, that's messing with my whole thing of let's keep things simple. Let's do a new code. That way I can keep track of all this stuff a little bit better. Let's make this one easy. This is your code this time. Batman. Where, oh where is the Batman? The Batman. So, let me see. Is that Super Friends Batman like from the episode where Superman goes into the parallel universe where the Super Friends are evil? I believe it is. Yep. Said exactly, almost exactly what Brian P said. So since I've got these in the same window, you can see this one. So there you go. One more time, what you're going for this one. Don't do hashtag evil Batman. It's just Batman. I keep going to my incorrect one over and over again. There's 9 entries so far. I'm going to wait another minute before we do this one. I did not know that. Good luck, y'all. Good luck, partners. Evil Superman is a chase variant away too. I saw that. That's kind of fun. Batman Tarpley. All right. So looks like we have 9. And now it's about time to spin that wheel. Let's see who's going to win this time. So let's do that so I can see 2 in live time. Got 10. I'll give it one more minute since someone else is just signed up. So let's see here. I'll give it one more second. Ooh, boy. 27 from the Chargers? How did my guy Trey Lance do? All right. 11 entries. It's time to draw. Let's see who will win this time. So for this one, just to make sure, so what we're going to do is David Thanos, who's doing this giveaway, what you're going to do is I'm going to get your mailing address, and David Thanos is going to figure out how much it costs to ship to you wherever you are, and then you can PayPal or however. I'll put you in contact with David Thanos. That way y'all can figure that part out, and he'll send it out to you. So after you handle the shipping. So let's do this thing right now and see who wins. Well, that makes perfect sense. A Batman giveaway goes to Dark Knight 297. Congratulations. You have won the Batman pack of figures, which is just so fitting that you would win these two figures. Congratulations, Dark Knight 297. And like before, all I need you to do is hit me up at loudsmoviefiles@gmail.com, and I'll put you into contact with David Thanos. That way y'all can do your thing. Exactly. It was just meant to be. That was, yes, it keeps doing that, everybody. Congrats. The king of luck strikes again. It's fate. It's like Bruce winning back, right? No, or Clark Kent getting an exclusive interview with Superman. Enjoy your cold soup. All right. That's it. I'm changing my name to HasLab. Wait, May as well. All right, let's see here. Let's take this off. So again, hit me up there. All right, well, that's 500 episodes down and so many more to go. Having a blast, and I'm glad you all are still rocking with me at 10:26. We still got to go to work tomorrow, so we'll wind this bad boy down. And now that we got the big milestone episode out the way, who knows? Maybe I'll do some more real soon. In case you did not see it, I did my top 10 Marvel Legend team builders that I need right away in the wake of San Diego Comic-Con. And expect a few more videos like that real soon. But thank you all so much for hanging with me again. As always, every Wednesday, I'll be with Jace and Chief talking about movies on Lau's Movie Files. And every Thursday, back at it again for another edition of Lau's Figure Files, where I continue to sweat and panic, maybe in a little bit of a cold sweat, as I wait for this HasLab Snowcat to fun. So be here for all the fun next time. And thank you again. And I'll see you until next week. Thanks as always for watching. This episode of Lau's Figure Files has been filed.